spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade, he is the red Protoss. He is parting. And spawning in the upper right from Alpha X, he just 2-0'd Cure, the blue Protoss, ZOUN. So, I guess we're one of the main streams now. Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. Yeah, Ragnarok did make it. He is the first person to qualify out of the group stage, so congratulations to Ragnarok on that. First person to qualify out of the first qualifier. Representing Alpha X very well, like he always does. Both these players going for the exact same opener. A little bit of a delayed timing on Parting's assimilator compared to ZOUN, but, you know, close enough. Very close. Both going for double assimilator now, as looks like we're going to have some kind of a double assimilator, maybe blink stalker play, which is what I consider to be very common in PvP. Both players finishing up their second assimilator right now. And yeah, so Cybercore is being dropped by both players. Additional gateway on the way for both of them as we continue in this extremely standard PvP meta. Well, I don't see any proxy void race. It's not NA after all, so that's good. Both players are now... Well, there's Probe from Parting, harassing the mineral line of ZOUN, being a little bit annoying, denying like a few minerals of mining time. Second gateway finishing for Parting, and those skins look really nice, man. Those are very nice, I like them. Red Forged Protoss skins, very nice, very cool. Neither player has taken the natural. It is PvP, so it's going to be a little bit later than normal. Both players, again, making 2 Adepts, and they're doing the exact same thing, almost. Getting Warp Gate, double Adept, Pylon at the natural, next to the gases. Amazing. Parting is zapping away as his, excuse me, his Adepts finally to make it out. Stargate from ZOUN being thrown down. We did see him favor the Carrier Tempest Army versus Cure in his last series. Again, that is against Terran, but still, it can be done here. Adepts shading onto this probe. They are going to kill it. How could you steal a mineral from me? That is not allowed. You're gone. Goodbye. So, poor probe from Parting tried to get away, did not get away, and now it looks like the Adepts are gonna fight. Parting now going for a Stargate, as he did drop his natural. ZOUN still has not dropped his, as he's continuing to drop oracles, and it looks like ZOUN's going to be going for what looks to be an some kind of early pressure, or perhaps an all-in of some sort. Stalkers now here for Parting though. 4 Adepts making their way are going to shade in here. Begin to fight the Stalkers. Stalkers are going to force them out, and ZOUN was not able to get into the main base here, unfortunately. But, you know, he's going to back up a little bit. Does throw down his natural finally, and a Twilight Council. Oracle from Parting, making its way over. I don't think ZOUN has used his. No, he has. He does have an Oracle, as well as the Adepts from Parting. From ZOUN are going to shade in and do nothing. And they are going to shade in again. There's a shield battery at the natural here, able to do what it can do to keep these probes alive. There's an Oracle from Parting in ZOUN's main. Didn't do anything, even though, you know, ZOUN's a little bit oversaturated. Phoenix now on the way to deal with this Oracle here, as the Oracle starts, you know, zapping away at the buildings. Not doing a lot to it. It's an Oracle after all. And it really only does very well versus light, so, you know, creep tumors and those such things. What they played earlier in the EPTNA Cup, Parting 1-2-0 against ZOUN. Oh boy, here we go. Will it be a repeat, or will ZOUN be able to pull it off? Or will Parting win and qualify? blink for both players. As Stalkers now being added on, I think everyone has the basic same amount, few deviations again between both these players, but they have the same basic idea, as they're very, very highly skilled players. And you know, PvP is a very, you know, written out matchup sometimes, unless you're on North America. Double Oracle from Parting. Just kind of wandering around. There's a stasis ward on the way from ZOUN. It looks to be... Where is it? Yes, it is. It's somewhere. I don't know. I do not know where it is. Structure. Stasis ward. Okay. It's just right there as natural, in case anyone decides to do any cheeky pushes or anything like that. So, 2 Adepts going to deny that. Probe the third base. As Parting, he's already starting his, and it's about done already. 2 Adepts making their way in here, as they are going to finish the shade, and the Stalkers just jumping right on top of them. 3 probes have gone down for, so far. 4 now. 4 probes, not terrible, but definitely not a loss you want to take. ZOUN now hallucinating a Phoenix and going across the map with it to see what Parting is doing. Parting is now on 3 bases. His third is finally finished. ZOUN was not able to start his yet, but it is finally started, and it's not done yet, because Parting did deny it with that adept, with those 2 adepts that just got sniped in his ZOUN's natural after they picked 4 probes. So Parting is continuing his 9 Stalker 2 Sentry army versus ZOUN's 3 Adept 8 Stalker 2 Sentry army. I have to say also for ZOUN there is a Phoenix and an Oracle versus Parting's 2 Oracle. ZOUN is also down workers, but being down a Nexus, you will be doing that quite a little bit. 2 Oracles gonna move on and fight the Sentries, and Sentries. Oh, look at those expensive Sentries all dying to 2 Oracles. 2 Sentries for 2 Oracles, not very good right now. As we look at the units lost, it's about the same still, but you know, losing Sentries is never a good time. Parting now moving across with his Stalker army, going to meet ZOUN's Stalker army, as ZOUN is going to blink away, and Parting is going to blink and follow him immediately. Gonna go up and look to wait for the rest of his army. Ground Weapons 1 is about to finish for Parting. He is up 20 supply on ZOUN right now. He is also up army supply about 5. ZOUN again is down on workers and was forced to take a later third, which just finished a minute ago. As the Stalkers from ZOUN almost get picked. Shield battery here. There are stasis wards for ZOUN as he's going to try to hold on here. Parting, though, putting on a great push with these Stalkers, 2 Sentries, and this Warp Prism for reinforcements. 4 more Stalkers are warping in. Charges on the way for ZOUN, and Weapons 1 is on the way, but it's only halfway done. I do not think it is going to be up in time, as Parting Stalkers just outnumber ZOUN so incredibly hard right now. It's 22-13. The Oracle is not there. I mean, both Oracles for Parting are not there. Nice blink forward from Parting, as he is just going to be able to start whittling away. ZOUN trying to go for a surround here, but I do not think it's going to be enough. Parting trying to punch through here, but the micro from both these players is so monumentally good. ZOUN is going to blink forward into the ball of Stalkers Parting Stalkers. Stalkers Parting, yeah. And here we go. Parting does take game 1 in this best of 3. Apparently I have received a message. It's the same one. Okay. Cool. So, Parting does take game 1. We're going to hop into this lobby next real quick, and then I'm going to be right back as quickly as I possibly can. Once we get the link, that is. One day. One day we shall receive the link. Death Aura. There we go. Let's do it. Awesome. So once this timer starts, we're going to hop in here as we get all the casters and everyone in. I'm going to hop over right now, and I shall return very shortly. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Deathor, he is up 1-0 on ZOUN. It is the red Protoss parting. And in the bottom right from Alpha X, he's currently down 1 game. Can he bring it back and complete the reverse sweep? He is the blue Protoss. He is ZOUN. Both players going for a very similar opening to the first game, except Parting now is constructing a wall down on the low ground as ZOUN is going to take his second gas again. So, both these players going for a similar style to game one. ZOUN going for the for what they both did in the last game. Apparently I received a friend request. I will get that in a minute when we go out. So, scouting probe from Parting is going to see that ZOUN's doing the same thing that they did last game. Parting's starting to construct zealots here. He is going to complete the wall here and try to deny any early harass from ZOUN that involves other zealots or anything of that nature. Stalkers, you know, kind of just rip through zealots here. Unfortunately, he's also making it to deal with the pylon ZOUN put to, you know, piss him off a little bit. It seems to have worked. Parting, though, did the same thing, as they both kind of apparently think quite alike. Cybernetics Core does finish for both these players, as a Warp Gate is started for Parting, and shortly it will be started for ZOUN as well, as soon as he gets enough gas. A little bit busy microing probes right now, as ZOUN throws down the Cybernetics Core across the map. Okay. Sure. That's fun. Sure. Okay. So, oh, well, here we go. They're both doing it. You know, guys, why not? Stalker from Parting, wandering around, seeing what is happening at the moment as the Cybercore will finally get destroyed one day by these zealots. And here we go. Stalkers from ZOUN finally starting to chip away. Parting is done with his annoying building first, as finally the Nexus goes down. ZOUN's gonna have to wait a minute until he kills the Cybernetics Core. In the... oh, okay. ZOUN now has thrown down the Dark Shrine. The proxy Dark Shrine. Okay. Well, this is going to be a fun game. As it looks like ZOUN's going to try for some harass here. Warp Gate finishing up for Parting in 8 seconds. ZOUN in 12 seconds. Just a little bit behind. As, now... this is going to be fun. Very fun indeed. We did see DT blink out of him in his first game against Cure, and the second one, I'm pretty sure, as well. Parting now is attacking with 2 Stalkers and a Zealot. 2 Stalkers from Parting. Now 3 are going to kite against this Zealot and these 2 Stalkers. Well, the Zealot's trying to go into the main base, but he's going to meet a probe, and the probe's going to say, no, I'm going to taser you to death, and the Zealot falls. ZOUN throwing down pylons in multiple locations here, as there is a probe sitting there. Oracle from Parting, making its way into the main base of ZOUN. Let's see what it can get done. It does see a probe. It's going to leave it alone, and shield battery is just really strong as the Stalkers meet it. Blink starting for both players now as well. Parting is starting the second Oracle, as 2 DTs being warped in by ZOUN right now because of that proxy Dark Shrine. Oracle is going to make it out here as these 2 DTs are going to finish warping. They're going to start walking towards Parting's base, and I do not think there is an observer out. There's also not a robotics facility either for Parting. He does have the Oracles, but they are both on the other side of the map. So this is going to take a lot of time to deal with. The Oracles, seeing that their Cybercore is being attacked, should eventually come home. They are. I think they got recalled. Yeah, they did get recalled. So the DT, one of the DTs is going to break off one way, and this one's going to break off the other. He did get hit by Revelation. He's now being zapped to death by the Oracles. And there we go. So, one DT goes down, and at this point, Parting No, something is a little bit awry. And those DT staffs are very cool in the Jahan reskins. Two oracles sitting there. Oh, there we go. They know it's there. They see that little cloaked shadow as the oracles are going to find it almost. No, they don't see it. Oh my god. Unfortunate. This oracle has chosen to stop moving and is not going to see the pylon yet either. Stalker's continuing to be warped in for ZOUN here as he's trying his best to come back and beat Parting with whatever he can get his hands on after he lost the first game. Two Adepts now sitting over on that side as Parting's going to walk out with 5 Stalkers, and they're going to walk over. I think Parting did see that Dark Shrine. He did indeed see that Dark Shrine a minute ago. He's onto it, and he's going to start destroying it. There are a bunch more Stalkers from ZOUN. He's going to fight the one Stalker of Parting. You want to see an M canning Void build? Okay, one day maybe. I'm not sure if that'll happen on this one. In this though. Stalker's trying to pick the probe. They are going to pick the probe, and then one Stalker dies. Okay, ZOUN blinking and Parting blinking away immediately. These two oracles in the main of ZOUN have picked so many probes right now. 8 down so far, 9. And one oracle does go down. Stalkers do not have blink yet. This oracle's just going to sit here, unfortunately. And, yeah, he's going to get blinked on and sniped. But 9 probes lost for ZOUN is not very good. Parting now taking his 3rd base. Right now, 4 sentries are now in this warp prism, as it looks like ZOUN is going to just go across and see what he can do. He's going to try to out-micro Parting here, as he knows he can probably attempt it, and it's going to be one of his better shots, as Parting is going to continue to blink forward here and try to fight. If he fights up this ramp, though, it's going to be very bad for him. One Stalker does go down, and ZOUN continuing to add more Stalkers on. He is now at 13 to 11. Parting also adding Stalkers on. Weapons 1 is on the way as well here. ZOUN making his way into an optional 3rd base, probably going to be a 4th base now for Parting if the game goes that long. And he's going to blink into the main base of Parting. The sentries unloading. Going to force field the ramp. There's one warp prism they can ferry for Parting, but it is not going to be enough to hold with these 4 Stalkers. The probes are pulled off the line. They're coming to fight the Stalkers. Sentries here. Parting blinks over it. Nice force field trying to deny as many of the Stalkers as he possibly can. Phoenixes are on the way right now. 9 probes down for Parting, now 11. Stalkers from ZOUN continuing to fight as hard as they possibly can to try to get through this. And right now it looks like there are still more Stalkers for ZOUN. Battery overcharge finally activated, and Graviton Beam tying it up. ZOUN forced to blink out, as he's going to walk down here and start trying to tickle this pylon down with the phase disruptors. And there we go. Parting, though, blinks on top of this. And he's going to continue to chase. 16 probes down for Parting. ZOUN taking a lead in any way he possibly can. Mass recall. Parting blinks and gets another Stalker. ZOUN's down about 5 supply. And Parting will finally finish off this Dark Shrine. But before that happens, 3 more DTs have made their way into the bases of Parting here. More probes going to be picked off, and at this point, ZOUN knows if he gets enough probes, all he has to do is survive here. Stuff being warped in. Observers are here. Stalkers are going to be able to pick these DTs finally. One more down here, as it is going to run home. But ZOUN now is up. He is up 20 workers against Parting, 52 to 32. He has taken his 3rd base. Parting has taken a lot of damage on his 3rd base and in his main. He lost so many probes there. Then yeah, we can actually see the damage if we look at the income graphs and how many units these players have lost. Right now, ZOUN is ahead by he is ahead by about 800 or so minerals, and he is actually behind by gas, though, unfortunately, because of those sentries and how expensive they are, along with the DTs. So, Parting is going to mass up his Stalker Ball here, and he's going to try to see what he can do here, as he's going to do the same thing that ZOUN did a minute ago, but now he's reversing it, except there are no sentries in that warp prism. Those are zealots, and they do have charge. No, okay, so ZOUN's zealots have charge. Parting's do not. There's one Stalker trying to going what's going on, man. I don't know what's happening. Zealots charging onto these Stalkers. Parting continuing to warp in from this warp prism here. He's going to try to fight as hard as he can. Force fields drop, trying to deny as much as he can from Parting. But right now, more Zealots trying to charge in here against this Stalker Ball. ZOUN looks to be in a pretty decent position, but his army is very behind on Parting's right now. Unfortunate for him, as he is forced to blink away, and I think Parting has done it. I think Parting is unfortunately going to be able to win this in a 2-0 if ZOUN does not pull something out right now, and it has to be a miracle. Everything becoming unpowered in the main, no warp gates left for him. And, well, ZOUN trying his best. 14 workers have dropped, though, so far. Parting finally tying it up. I mean, he's fighting down the ramp. He has high ground vision, but right now, Parting continuing to funnel army across the map. He's going to blink on top of ZOUN, and in a repeat from the EPTNA Cup earlier today, Parting is unfortunately going to be able to 2-0 ZOUN. Battery overcharge is activated, and GG is called.